I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire. I'm just hoping I have enough beer to make it through this toilet room stream, whatever we're going to have going on here tonight. Blazy, Negasonic, what do we got? Batman Speaks on Trapstar and Bosco 100 situation. Does anyone have any baker's fuck of an idea what that even means? What's up, John Cole? All right, let's go.
And welcome, folks, to another wonderful episode of
Toilet Radio.
Batman Radio. That's right. All right. Real quick, I just want to weigh in on this real quick because, for me, I find this to honestly be absolutely hilarious. Okay. So, first of all, this is what I want to say, man. Okay. First of all, anybody who's anybody knows the story and the stories of what actually has happened and transpired here.
What?
Right?
You like
First
the
of
fuck
all,
turtles?
you all can say whatever you want, but all these fake shows and
Mimi, what's
programs
up?
are chasing fake clout. Clout is earned in the street, so none of them have clout. Okay? The no jumper is a joke. Vlad TV is a joke. All of them are a joke. They've never been anyone. Never accomplished anything, never were rich, never were successful. Again, I've been the one who was rich the entire time and made all the actual money. Just like Cassidy didn't get paid $250,000 for that rap stuff. Let's get real with ourselves now, right? And I had over $250,000 at that time. You understand? Money I actually earned. I earned every dime of all my money I've ever made. I earned every dime of it. Okay? So if we look at basic reality,
I am not hard at all, Mimi. I'm I'm just playing.
what is actually happening? What are these folks the modern day version of? Because it's the same exact terminology that y'all want to role reverse and try to use on here, right? They're used for entertainment. They're manipulated for entertainment, right? First of all, as far as this channel, right, that you see in the title, I think I already addressed this individual before in the past
I have
because
no
I heard that
recollection of
name
it.
before, and I remember doing a show addressing it because I could just see that he was not that guy. He's not built like that whatsoever. So I don't know why people are always leaving comments and then thinking that public opinion means anything. I mean, the dude has no background in the streets. He has no background in any sport. I don't know what you're talking about. The dude is not a big guy. He's just straight up not built like that. Okay. And I'm being for real. And it's funny because, like, reality is such a different paradigm.
What's the title of his show today, Negasonic? It's called Batman Gets Hard for Saltwater Turtles. No, it's actually Batman Speaks on the Trapster and Bosco 100 situation. Whatever the fucking fuck that means.
From what these folks on the internet talk about, right? And you're trying to prove a point
Horzer, what
that's
up?
non-existent, and you're not proving a point. I mean, I've seen the dude on camera. I'm gonna go watch them videos too, and I see the dude on camera, and he looked like he really think he's showing out, like he really think he proud of himself. And meanwhile, you're making the worst decisions that any adult could make and anybody could make. First of all, brother, you have it easy. You clearly have a support system, right? You've been doing this YouTube stuff for a minute and you don't even know how to do it the right way. That much is clear, right? We move completely different. Like I said, I run the streets. I'm the mob. I mean, I wear a bulletproof vest every day. I go out in the street hard body. I wear steel armor. I'm the real Batman. Like, that's my thing. Like, I'm not going to ever be talking on air or having, I'm going to always speak publicly, but I'm not going to be talking on air and, you know, having back and forth conversations with dudes, you know, that aren't equate to me and are nowhere near my level. You understand?
Okay, so this goes back to a couple weeks ago when he had that one black kid on his show where Joey's just been going through Instagram fucking chats and whatever it is, trying to find anyone you can clanger on to hope for. Can I have a couch? Can I have a refrigerator? All this shit with all the fucking talk today and all that shit. Blah, 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 blah.
A monster. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just that simple. When they say there's no pacts between lions and men, I'm a lion. You understand? So it's just funny to me because like I keep witnessing like the most utter mishaps happen in front of me with these so-called shows. I mean, like I said, no jumper and all that. I mean, from what I heard and what I saw was responsible, possibly. I mean, was responsible 100% for everything that's happened. I mean, all it's brought is downfall and you know, nothing good to the community. And that was the agenda. Their agenda is clear as day. Clear as day. And it's the agenda of Satan and the devil. That's why I would never participate. I ain't going on none of them programs. You understand? Now, I mean, maybe if you paid me, but I mean, even then, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to be a part of what you're doing unless, you know, I absolutely had to or I needed the money, you know, and even then, I mean, like, I don't even think it would be a good look. You know, that's the thing. Like, all these folks is chasing views. I'm going the opposite direction. All these folks is chasing the money and saying they chasing the bag. Yeah, but when you chase the bag, you end up chasing the bag forever.
It's what he's doing. He's chasing popular YouTube channels now the past couple days to try and find any way he can get a dollar.
Right? When all you're after is money, you end up always having to try to get money and you never ever become rich. Yeah, I go the opposite direction of these dudes. That's why I just think it's funny. Like, I appreciate what it is. Like, I appreciate the realness. Like, you know, I see what he pulled concerning Bosco. I see that, and like I'm glad he called Bosco out because I mean we all know Bosco is a scrub. I mean Bosco
Of
100,
course.
bro, has just been
I have a
lingering
t-shirt that
around the
says Bosco
game
is a scrub.
forever. Okay, like I said, all you got to do is say Rosemo 700 to him. That's all you got to say. You don't got to say nothing else. Anybody real, like I said, I'm a street dude. I run the streets, coast to coast. We run everything. I don't know who these folks are. These folks are nobody. They're not a part of this game. And those are just some people in desperation trying to get a handout of a couple $1,000 because
No
they're
idea,
all poor
Smuggy.
and in dilapidated circumstances. So they go on them shows and entertain people that they shouldn't and put themselves in compromised positions that they shouldn't because they're still not free. Something you would never catch me doing. You see, if I go on a show, it's because of my own accord, because I want to, because it's like a business move, or I'm gonna use it for my own marketing and promotion afterwards. Totally different. You understand? That's what I mean by we don't move the same. I mean, the dude looks like he weighs 60 pounds soaking wet. That's number one.
Are you serious, Negasonic? I don't remember that, but if that's true, that's fucking hilarious. What's up, Mind Stretcher?
Right. And I'm not talking about Bosco. I mean, him too, but I'm talking about this other dude. Okay. So, I mean, first of all, change your name, bro, because I'm all over Atlanta. Like I said, people know my history in Bankhead and all these actual hoods and boroughs, and I really come from the ghetto. I'm not any of these YouTubers, and they're sitting there doing the same thing, trying to copy my rhetoric. He talking about these YouTube
What?
dudes. Brother, you are a YouTube dude. I remember you. You've been on YouTube since the beginning of time. What in the hell, right?
What
Got
the
into you.
hell?
What in the hell is you talking about? You done forgot who you are out here? Like it's like all of them just sell their soul and they become agents for the devil, and then they start copying and repeating my lines like Satan thing. I'm not joking. Like this is really happening. It's like a conspiracy mass agenda. Like they tell them all
Mass
get
agenda?
together and copy Tyree Sneed's words because you know we all look up to him and you know you just copy what he says and copy his rhetoric because he's the original pioneer and we all can't be original. Like real talk. It's crazy. This dude's sitting on a couch, right? You can tell he ain't never owned nothing ever. That these dudes are the same ones who will run around trying to fake flaunt and pretend they rich, and you a grown man looking for fake clout on a fake show, mind you, and you
And there it
tripping.
is. He's looking for clout on other people's channels last 2 days. Yesterday it was women, today it's dudes. And that's when he got all gay when he was a cowboy on his last stream today, looking for fucking having sex with turtles. Dude, what planet is this fucking guy on right now?
Now and making just the worst moves possible. I mean, first of all, why would you even entertain any of that right now? Number one, you should be hustling and making moves, brother. Hmm. You understand? That's what they think. They on that fashion stuff too. I noticed how he had like the matching shorts and shirt, and like that's cool. Nothing
Sexy.
against it, but it's like for them folks, that's really a lifestyle. Like they really believe that makes them a hustler. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, brother, you see me, I don't care about none of that. And I just got a whole bunch of I got tons of clothes now, like brand new clothes for free that cost like
Garbage.
thousands upon thousands of dollars. I guarantee you it costs more than anything you wearing
Garbage. You
in
got a
any of them
bag of
videos. And I
garbage.
know he probably had to spend whatever little money he got to buy that nonsense. Can you believe that?
No, it was donated from a fucking church that he was generous enough to give to you, and then you bitched about it. You're an asshole.
And like it's all good. It's all good to want to have a fashion and have your swag. Like I have nothing against that. Nothing against it. But and like the dude might be all right. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, brother. I mean, you look like you weigh 60 pounds somewhere. You've never been that dude. Why
Let's
are
get to
you
the
acting like
projection
you're
here.
calling out Whack 100, bro? Whack 100 is soft. That's number one. Whack 100 is a federal informant, and I don't know why y'all don't want to recognize this and talk about it.
Sneed
I don't
Vation Army.
understand that. It's completely relevant. So is Adam 22. So is all of No Jumper. It was designed against the culture. It's not helping you. So if you want to stand up for something, right, why don't you stand up to who did it to you instead of always misdirecting your fake anger and fake outrage? Because Adam 22 is the culprit in all of this, as well as Whack 100, who's a federal informant, all of them, and are being used and
I thought it
manipulated by
was
the
Bosco
government. They got the
100.
entire rolling 60s indicted for what Jeffrey Epstein did. We all know Trump was on Epstein
What
Island.
the
There's photos and
fuck?
videos everywhere, right? And Cash Patel got caught red-handed, and I don't know if y'all tried to pardon him or act like he wasn't guilty, but he guilty as hell too. Allegedly, we'll say allegedly, but we all know the truth. I mean, this is all proven. So it's kind of like everybody's just like doing their own thing, and not even. I mean, it's just every man for himself. And I don't even know what y'all doing in Hollywood because I know what Hollywood is because it's masonry. And like I said, that system, they just do it to their own. They have no loyalty, no nothing. You saw what happened to Migos. You saw what happened to Takeoff. Y'all ain't learned. Y'all saw what happened to Kurt Cobain. Y'all ain't learned. You saw what happened to King Von. Y'all ain't learned. You saw what happened to the other one. You know who, right? Dior, right? Yeah, that one. I'm not gonna say his name. You know what I mean? But I spoke up when it happened because I mean it makes sense, right? And I actually like his song. I actually heard that song when I actually listened to him. I was like, yeah, he's pretty cool. Like I heard them little documentaries about his journey. Like I actually respect dude a little bit. I actually
Yeah.
liked his story. I thought it was pretty cool because he was a little homie and a little dude, and he stood up in the hood. Like I appreciate and respect that.
I almost feel like Joey's going to start saying that he had like the freshest Zubas in the fucking field. You know, those fucking late 80s, 90s pants Zubas. Zubas? Yeah. Zubas.
You know? And that's the thing. Like these people be acting like they cheerleading for these folks, but like I don't believe you. You need more people. Like I don't think that you really a fan of the people that you claim to be, because
Yeah,
you
CIA.
know that's a real story. I mean, that's like my story, and you for sure don't support me. So how you don't support the real, but then you're going to support the real over there? I think what it is you just want to act like you support folks because you just want to support anybody but me.
Hey, shut up, Joey, for a second. Hey, CIA, I don't know how many people you had over your house today, but did you fucking snap? Did you flip a switch like a Joey and just throw everyone out of your house today? Sorry, buddy. I don't give a shit. I hate the fucking Bears. I'm kidding, bud. Not about hating the Bears, but sorry. Hey, applause.
Sounds like a lot of convenience to me, sister. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like what it's always been. Yeah, and that's their mentality. Like I said, any money I make, oh, that money doesn't count to you. Oh, my money doesn't exist, but y'all does, but y'all don't make no money. They try to compare making $5 a year to a guy that made and spent millions every year consecutively. Not joking. This is really how they live. Crazy out here, bro. So first of all, change your name because you're not that kind of star. You're not a you know what star. Okay, I'm not even going to say that name on it. See, that's the difference. Like you see how I move. I still hear people talking um about these YouTubers, and they keep talking about Mr. Beast and PewDiePie. Both of them is a joke. They Masons, and I tell them straight up, and they look like they don't get it or they confused. Yeah, and then they sit there and question it, and then they go all quiet, right? Because y'all operate from a basis of, you know, being devoid of knowledge, and I'm sitting here educating you on what's real, and it actually matters. See, I see folks literally all over the internet who, for free, want to try to talk and copy my rhetoric, but I'm the original founder of it and who created it, and I get paid to talk it because I'm who invented this, brother. So some folks, they don't have a lane or a niche, so they start trying to act like they educate the public. I've been educating the public my entire life. I've been educating the public going on over a decade and a half comfortably, bro. So like I said, this you know what star guy, he's a star boy, right? That's what Bosco said too, right? Star boy. He's a star boy. You know, and don't get me wrong, like
Star boy.
Bosco's, you know, kind of funny sometimes, like, but I'll just never forget what happened. I'll never forget what happened with the game in that mall, and I know the truth, with Rosemo
Got
700,
it, CIA.
and I'll never forget what happened in that park, right, with Bosco 100 and Rosemo 700, and how Bosco just runs around literally losing to everyone. He lost, I think, on another thing that was like some event. I saw the like just the title of that with the still of the video. He lost with Rosemo. He's lost with everyone, and I'll just never
Please don't tell me I called it. You are actually wearing Zubas. God damn it.
forget that the rapper the game actually took an L in a mall out there wherever they're at. I don't know if it was in Compton or Cali or whatever, right? And that it had to do with Ice Burgundy. And it's all about the folks who sell their soul. Ice Burgundy sold his soul to the devil, just like all y'all have. Everybody on No Jumpers sold their soul to the devil. What you're watching is demonic complexities in front of you. That's why they keep selling each other out. Are y'all going to ever wake up? Are you going to keep allowing the devil to trick you and manipulate you and play with you? Or are you going to wake up at some point? That's why they toss you a little bit of cash, and then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, you know, Brick Baby is looking at like a federal indictment or prison time or is back in prison. You know,
What's up,
all of them.
Sneed?
I mean, not a single person was better off after they went on No Jumper. Not a single person was better off or even almost retained or kept their freedom after they went on Vlad TV. But you all want to tell me something. What? Imagine a culture that says they the culture, knowing that they should know that they're not the culture. I'm the culture. I had to represent the culture, right? And I come from it for real. Me, right? Not you, right? All that was replaced with just being devoid of knowledge. So I had to literally represent that culture, your culture, the entire time. And you can't even claim your culture and claim who you are and learn who you are, right? I had to do it for you. And now I got to turn around and teach you back your culture again because you're this lost. Can you imagine?
If you don't take me on and give me a couch and refrigerator just because I contacted your YouTube page and made a comment on your video, then fuck you. Sticky Zubas wear pants that in the late 80s, 90s, they were like kind of baggy action pants, if you will. Tight leg, baggy fucking legs and elastic waistband and shit like that. It usually had like animal prints and shit like that. It was just wicked 80s and shit like that. But apparently CIA was wearing some of those fuckers today. Nicely done, champ. 15 amen.
While you wasting your
hammer
time
pants.
looking for some handouts of a couple $1,000 so y'all can barely get by and just remain and barely get by and stay in Hollywood or wherever in these little fake pads that you don't own because you're all Masons and Masons are not allowed ownership. You can sit there and cheerlead for these evil folks all you want. I don't care who you are. You want to cheerlead for Mr. Beast? Be my guest. You want to cheerlead for PewDiePie? Be my guest. But let me tell you something. Not a single one of them folks is any good. They're evil as hell, and they don't own a thing. They don't own a car. They don't own a home. They don't own their soul. They don't own any money. They're broke and poor, and that's reality. And if you can't deal with that, then quit talking to me.
15, amen. Grannies, it's like MC Hammer panties. You know what I mean? They're like, they hung down to their knees and shit.
Because I work too hard for people who have their surroundings paid for because they sold their soul, for you to sit here and act like there's any comparison between folks who sold their soul and someone who has their soul and built this all off of hard work. There's no comparison. I've run circles around these people financially and off of hard work. Don't even ever try to compare us. And I'm tired of hearing it. You understand? See, that's the thing. The culture and the public and the society has got to catch up. Now we got a bunch of millennials because they knew what was coming. This is all programming. This is all indoctrination. They knew these millennials were going to run around like the sheep they are with no concept, okay, of basic reality. Tell me what I'm on.
15, amen.
Folks, all of them, these folks are getting used and manipulated. So, I mean, what are you even trying to do, Mr. Starboy? That's what we're going to call him, right? Your real name is Starboy, right? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to real radio, son. And then the worst part is Batman's 8 million times, infinity times more gangster than everyone who's ever been on No Jumper. Especially this dude. I mean, this dude literally, I'm sorry, bro, but you literally look like you weigh 60 pounds soaking wet. I'm not even joking. There's no way, bro. I mean, I can understand why you would turn up and act tough and act some way around Bosco. Like, yeah, you picked the right guy because everyone knows that Bosco 100 is super soft. That's literally his job. His job is to just sit there and talk to you. He fulfilled his role. He always does. He's good at what he do. He's being used and manipulated, and he's a puppet. And his job is to be the one that no one respects or takes serious, and to just keep running his mouth.
All right, Bosco 100, also known as Bosco 1, is an American rapper who hails from Inglewood, California. He became well known in the music industry after a street feud spilled on the internet and went viral. Bosco 100 has released several music projects after signing with 100, just like it sounds, HUNNID, 100 Entertainment, a record label started by rapper Game. Older brother, Big Face 100, is affiliated with the Cedar Block Pyro, a street gang based in Compton, California. So there's some useless knowledge. We learn something here every day.
he does a great job of that. Real talk. I mean, you can't be respected after you taken. I mean, so many L's we can't even remember. I mean, that boy right there has taken so many L's. I mean, it's unreal. I mean, if you learn to hold your L at this point, you'd be doing like the Egyptian crip walk, homie. I would love to meet these folks. I would love to have a real radio interview and talk just like this in front of them. And then that's the thing. Like, what are we going to do here? I mean, you're going to pretend with the only self-made trillionaire ever existed who's Batman in real life and going through a period of stagnation that it's finally over and I'm coming out of because that's what God had to put me through and have me go through for me to become Batman. Are we serious? Like, there's no comparison. Like, that's the thing. Like, if I go to a radio show, I'm not going to go to a radio show, bro, so that I can act tough. I'm tough for a career and a living. You see how people want to act foolish and immature, but y'all are grown men, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? That stuff is cute when whatever, you know, but once you get to a certain level and you're like in your 30s, 40s, bro, you're a grown man. It ain't no good look to be tripping. I understand, like, I get it. And like I said, like, I somewhat appreciate it because, like, Bosco needs to be told reality, but just not by you, like, you know, and I'm not even going to say that, you know, it's all good that you told him reality, but I mean, who is you? Like, I've been seeing this dude for like I don't pay no attention to him. I don't watch his videos. I don't even know if this is the right channel because this may be a channel of some sub outlet that wants to make content off of him. But it looked like it's his channel because he got other faces on there, and he's trying to make a living.
But it looks like his channel
talking about other grown men and dudes, which is what a lot of y'all dudes do, and that stuff is crazy to me. And no, that's not what I'm doing right now. I do a show every, I don't know, once in a blue moon, addressing people and talking about folks. More than that, most of the time, all the time, I'm talking about God and myself and what I'm building. But this channel, I'm talking about every short, every video, every live is about this fake culture stuff. That's why it's got that name. Talking about like whatever, you know what I mean? The news network, right? Hold up. That's what Juvenile was rapping about, right? Shout out to the NO, shout out to Holly Grove, right? That's what Juvenile was rapping about when he was saying, if these quit pretending to be news reporters, meaning you a soldier boy run and tell them, because that's what they all are. On YouTube, it ain't nothing but soldier boy run and tell them. That's what we call them. That's what I call them. Right? So you gonna run and tell no matter what. That's why I don't be talking to y'all, because if we have a conversation, you gonna go run and tell. And if you don't have something to run and tell on, you gonna make something up and you gonna make up a lie to go run and tell. Tell me when I'm lying. Right? So if you're smart, you just stop conversating with them completely, and then you don't have to worry about that. You get what I'm saying? They gossip, bro. I mean, come on, bro. It's common sense, man. You a grown man. Men are not supposed to gossip. But we don't have men, just like KRS-One said, we don't have men in the rap game. I'm the only real man who ever existed. I stand on it. Like, I'm just saying, what are we doing here? It ain't we. I don't have nothing to do with this, but what are y'all doing over there? Like, LA is a cesspool. LA is falling apart quickly. Look what y'all did with Nipsey Hussle. You were all responsible for that. See, because of your behavior, because you're devoid of knowledge. If you would quit acting like being devoid of knowledge makes you tough or hood or ghetto, which it doesn't, and it's not a qualification at all, right? And being in the ghetto, you want to be smart like me and get the hell out the ghetto. Right? So, I mean, had y'all
LA, if you've never been to Los Angeles and you're like, oh, I mean, like when I was a kid, I remember, oh, fucking California, Los Angeles, and all that bullshit. If you ever been to Los Angeles, it's a fucking shithole. It really is. It's nothing but traffic and hell and nothing but a pain in the ass. I mean, granted, you're going to find some good landmarks here and there and shit like that, but I hate that place. I really do. Anytime, like, I'll go there with a buddy of mine every once in a while. We'll go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, Landmarks shit, just to do some shit. I hate that fucking city.
All not been like
Rant
that,
over.
this would have never happened. Had Cowboy had some courage, he would have stood up for his homie and tried to do something and defend his homie. He did absolutely nothing. It's on camera, and he hid like a coward in that store. Tell me when I'm lying. Then after that, he wanted to act out, and I think somebody put a battery in his back and told him he could. I think all these things that have happened, somebody put a battery in their back, whether it be the devil or actual people or the government or fake elites. But, you know, clearly the devil's been at work. That's what I can say. You know, then the Cowboy wanted to act tough, right? Which, I mean, I give it to him. He might be somewhat tough, you know. I mean, at least he stands up for himself. But now at this point, he's just looking for, you know, fake clout.
Okay, so that goes back to his previous stream from here when he says, I am a cowboy, I believe was the name of the title of the stream, when Joey was talking about wanting to have sex with turtles. That's not my words out of my mouth. That's out of Joey's mouth. Jesus, dude.
The grown man, bro. This dude is homeless. I don't care what none of y'all say. Cowboy's homeless. Cowboy's living on the streets. You can tell by looking at it.
You're the cowboy.
Okay? I don't care what you talking about. He might have a spot, but you still homeless. You know what I mean? All y'all do things off the strength of other people. So like I said, I mean, looking at that whole situation, it's just crazy to me. Like every single one of them, it's just you can't see what the devil's doing to y'all's community. You can't see what No Jumper and Vlad TV and all these actual federal informants, how they're telling on you. I mean, even the dude that we had, whatever we had going on, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Even with the dude, right? You know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to even bring it up. But even with Homeboy, the rapper, right?
Yeah, the dude
that was scared of me, right?
The dude you had on your stream a couple of weeks ago that started counting his money because he was bored as shit. And he was just like, I got to fucking go. And you wouldn't shut your fucking mouth. Kind of like what Sheriff's doing right now.
Even that rapper, he's still in prison, I think. And half the reason he in prison still is because he went on Vlad TV. He was running his mouth. I was trying to, you know, give him a record deal and sign Homeboy. And he wanted to fake front and talk slick. And now look what it got him. I think he's still in prison. That whole crew fell apart. Everyone went to prison. Like federal indictments all across the board, like with all of them. All these gangs have fallen apart. Federal indictments all across the board. And then you got to understand me. I'm a civilian, but I literally am in the business of.
Is Homeboy going in the video game RTS?
I'm sovereign. I'm really Batman. But yeah, I study criminals and I study all these gangs and I study all of it because I have to stand up and defeat the devil and defeat evil. You understand? So if you're wondering why I'm chiming in and paying attention, because I'm watching. Batman's always paying attention. Batman's the world's greatest detective.
On the corner and shit.
You might want to listen to me. I'm giving you a word of advice. There's not any of you who should be trying to go on No Jumper at all. There's not any of you who should be trying to talk to Vlad. I mean, are you serious? I mean, you can't see what's happening? Like I said, that entire crew fell apart, bro. I think that dude's still in prison. And I'm going to say it again. I think he was using prop money. He had a bunch of dudes together and they was all chipping in whatever dough they could so he could make it look like he had money. He was not a gangster. He don't run Philly. And you're going to see that because guess who's coming to Philadelphia at some point? Batman. Oh, yeah, that's happening too. I'm going to definitely be in Philly, and I'm going to show you who the king of Philly is real quick because I'm going to literally be the king and run Philly. And I mean quickly. Okay, that's what y'all don't get. When God give me this money, you're going to see me pull up for real, and you're going to see me how I really run every city. This is not fake, homie. Okay, we run everything. This is the mob, the real deal. So I mean, you know, your little shows are attracting the attention of real entities and real people like me. That's the truth. But see, the thing is, you have so many people online, and everybody's perpetrating, everybody's chasing fake clout and looking for a way to come in the game that's fake. I'm not trying to be a part of nothing y'all doing. I'm already real. I'm hood certified for real. See, the names you want to make up, Starboy, I'm really the star in the hood.
Starboy.
You see the difference? I'm not trying to be like you. I don't want to go to a radio show and argue with a grown man. I don't see
No,
how
because they don't want you there because they don't know who you are and don't owe you anything. And you're clouding on their fucking popularity, whether it be a male fucking rapper, whether it be a podcast. Yesterday, it was just all chicks. You were trying, or was it earlier today or yesterday? Just trying to find a live stream from female. That's what he was doing. He was trying to find live streams from nothing but females on StreamYard, and he was, hey, you got a couch? You want a fucking turtle?
that proves that I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense. Like I said, I own my own league. Anyone can sign a waiver. That to me is being tough. Not signing the waiver, but actually holding your own and being tough is being tough. That's being a man. Do they do that? No. Why do you think they're using Adam 22 as a puppet, bro? To now act like he's tough, and now they want to create these little matches to copy my hustle and who I am, because I keep telling you there's a conspiracy worldwide with Freemasonry that they keep trying to bite off me and copy me. Just like
Masonry.
Street Beefs only exists because I came out with the first 3 or 4 videos showing my league of what I do. I'm 10-0 in it, right? And I'm 1,000,000 in the street and for real, right? But my point is, and once I released those videos, that's when Street Beef started doing their nonsense because they were copying me and biting off of me, brother. Y'all ain't never been original. Y'all want to say Elvis took this. No, you all took whatever from Elvis. You took it from Spade Cooley. You took it from Tex Ritter. What are you talking about? They were the first rappers,
Spade
just like the
Cooley.
first rapper wasn't Eminem. The first rapper was Haystack, brother. And what Haystack did in the rap game is unmatched. I don't care what no one says. Any dude, they got like 20 bands on an interview, sitting down and is comfortable and doing what he want to do. He made it. I don't care what none of y'all say. That other dude, Adam Calhoun, I think, or whatever the hell his name is, he was tripping with Haystack on him, and he was in his feelings and saying this and that. That's fine. And he did that little, that little whatever, that stuff was a joke. My point is, they could all feel how they feel, right? But
I could just imagine the emails, whatever the contact info that he's sending. Hey, y'all want to fucking interview a fucking numbnut fucking loser from Brownsville, fucking the asshole of the United States? You want to interview me? You know, hey, why don't you give me 10 bands? I'll come up. I'll hit your StreamYard link. You know that's happening, but I just want to hear the fucking. I want to see the emails.
Haystack's the only one who built a real career. And what he said about Eminem was a south out. It was 100% correct. I like Haystack. There's a lot of people who like and respect Haystack and what he did in the rap game. I can't take it away from him. He was combining with them, okay, and the culture and making real rap music that I listen to this day. I don't care what no one says. Ain't nobody got nothing on Haystack, dude. Period. And he doesn't have to be Mr. Tough Guy. And if he's on a tour, right, what's wrong with self-preservation? Like, if I was on a tour too and somebody's tripping, I don't owe them for me to respond or react or trip. What I owe is myself to say, I'm on a tour, I like my freedom, and I'm going to walk away from this situation. I think he handled it correct. And that's coming from a tough guy who really walks the walk and lives it and never gives myself a pass and has never even given an excuse. Or, I've played the game always, no matter where I'm at or what I do. And like, I'm tired of doing that too. I'm a grown man. I'm 36. I'm going to be 40 in 4 years. You think that I'm still walking around like that? I mean, yeah, sometimes, especially if I'm having a bad day. But my point is, I want to stop. I don't want to, and I'm not going to anymore. I'll promise that to myself and all of you right now because it makes no sense. And I really was never on that. I'm working, so it's different because I have a job to do and I'm independent. But that's all I'm saying is like, folks just got to make sense,
A
man.
Sneed
Like,
Eagle
this dude,
in the
I don't know,
haystack.
man. I don't know if you in your 20s or your 30s, Starboy, but you're gonna have to pick another hustle, bro, because I don't know.
A Sneed Eagle. God damn it, nigga! I gotta write that down. Holy, a Sneed Eagle. Sneed Eagle. Oh,
Why y'all it will just do anything for views. I don't know why you
semen
titled your
turtles
videos
and
the way
seed
you do.
needles.
That is not gonna work. I don't care what y'all talking about. And who's telling them they can do this stuff? Like, that's what I'm saying. It seems like an inside job. Literally, that's what it seems like. Where like the company here tells them that it's okay for them to not follow the rules. Is that not what it seems like? So I don't know what's up with all y'all, but I know Hollywood is dark, and I know it's all just about, all these folks selling their soul, and it's just a joke. So let them do what they do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Seriously, like, that's your own thing. But yeah, this dude, I may be
Blue.
speaking on him a couple more times. I really don't need to. I don't see what else there is to say. But once I pay attention a little more, I'll figure it out. But bro, I'm just saying, you are not that guy, bro. You are not built.
It's easier for a rich man to get into heaven than for a Sneedle to get into a haystack. Jesus Christ.
Like that whatsoever. I am, kind of glad that somebody told Bosco a little bit of reality, but like I said, I don't know where you get off saying, because you talking about you on that. What are you on? What's on that? Were you about that life? You're not about that life. I'll tell you right now, you're not about that life, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. The ones who really about that life, they don't care about clothing like me. See, that's the difference that none of you want to accept is like I said, like me personally, I'm a legend. Like, I really am a gangster. I really put more work in the street than anyone you'll ever name or see. And y'all are worried about fake followings and how many people know who you are and
Fake
this and that with
underwear
me.
and cardboard drawers and hold socks. Jesus.
Meanwhile, I'm the one who's actually famous in reality too. Y'all homies ain't even famous. Y'all just got a bunch of fake, manipulated, rigged, lying numbers on YouTube that's all fake. Bro, there's people way who no one knows, and I've got real fame out here. Okay, and in the nation and the world, there's people who nobody knows that got like hundreds of thousands of millions of views on this platform. Please stop kidding yourself, bro. Y'all ain't it, bro. Like, straight up, you are not it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a homie. He looking for clout, and you can see that, and that's why he did that. And he talking about, because I'm on that. You're on what? What are you on? I don't understand that. Because, like, I'm just saying, me being in my position of who I am,
Homeless and looking for
it's
clout.
different. It's way different because we don't move the same. You know what I mean? Like, and for a grown man, like, I don't even understand that. Like, that whole situation was just weird to me. And like, I'm still trying to see the video of what actually happened and transpired. And I would love to look at like your movements and your footwork, because I already know it's going to be flawed because I do this for a living. Okay. Like, I really teach this and do this for a living. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really a martial arts expert. I'm really a self-defense coach and expert. I'm really a 52 blocks expert. I do this for real. And so you take a guy like that, it just makes me laugh and kind of feel, I get offended easily. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel a little bit, like a little disrespected, because it's like, you really just came out and you really said that? Like, you really said, you're not that, bro. When? Who? Where? What block?
They responded to him and just said, "Go away, clout chaser." Basically, God,
What story?
that's awesome.
Who knows you? I've never heard of you, bro. And trust me, you may not think whatever, but the world's a small place. I know what goes on in Cali, homie. I do. What are you talking about? I come from the original intent, bro. From the actual real people. Okay, back when they weren't looking like all y'all want to look and do all these looks and acting in front. I was back when it originally was created, bro, and I was a little kid out there in LA around all the real ones. I come from that. I am an original LA, whatever, founder, whatever, the top boss. You don't even know who you're talking to. All of you, I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm from LA. No, my whole family's Texan as hell. But I'm just saying.
And I can't remember. Has he ever even been to California? I can't remember.
And I was there. I was a kid and I was young, but I was a part of everything that was there and being built. I actually experienced it and was there for it because my dad was who he was, and he, you know, wasn't afraid of nobody and nothing, and took me around everyone everywhere I went. My dad had me playing basketball against grown men, bro, right in front of him all the time. He would park the car. Well, I can't remember what car, maybe a Cadillac, whatever car he'd park the car, stand there. And my dad was a big guy. So that's the thing folks don't get. Like, my dad really didn't fear anyone or anything. So just like me. So he'd park the car and he'd have me play basketball like against grown men. Right in
So
front of,
that's
like,
what they
one on
call it
one,
now.
bro. Like going hard.
Prostitution.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, not like playing around, like for real, like what's up? Like, you know, that's what y'all don't understand. I got raised differently. Like, this is my real life.
I had to play with balls when I was 5 years old. Kind of the same story that you told when your dad tried to sell you to a waitress in a Shoney's fucking bathroom to a waitress. These aren't words that I'm making up. These are the words out of your fucking mouth.
See, that's the thing why, like,
Your dad prostituted you, you bitch.
all these dudes on the internet, they all talk online. I've never seen any of them. We don't have any interactions. We don't cross paths. And that's a good thing because, you know, in reality, they're so far from who I am. It's not even comparable or close. And I know me and I know how I am for real, though. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, I have to work on, it's not like I'm already extremely patient, but I have to work on it more and more if I'm around dudes like that. And that's what I try to do. Like, when I get around dudes that think they tough, and some of them may be somewhat tough, you may be about that life, you may be whatever, that's fine. I don't care.
Sometimes you just got to do the reverse cowboy, Joey, and you got to sit on that thing, spit on that thing, do your thing, because eventually, oh, fuck it. It's just sex. It's just skin. It's just skin. It's kind of like shaking hands with another man, Joey. It's like eventually you just got to suck it up and go, it's just skin. What the hell am I talking about?
That's what you don't get. You're just not me, and you're not at my level, and you don't do what I do because you're not capable. You couldn't walk in my shoes. None of you. You could never be me. None of you. Not a single one of you. So that's what I'm saying. I know that. So I try to be super patient with them because I look at it as a project. I look at it as someone I can teach. You see what I'm saying? I'm not looking at people the way y'all look at everyone like they the enemy in your competition. I don't care if I'm in the street, wherever. I look at every one of you little homies like, hey, they may need my help. And I'm the gangster. I'm the actual mob. You understand what I'm saying? The difference when you build a relationship with God. So you say you about that life. What life? All y'all sold your soul. You ain't about this life, worshiping God, proclaiming God's name in the word of God. You ain't about this life. I'll tell you that right now, none of you, because you couldn't walk in my shoes. You don't know how hard it is to follow God. And I need you to hear that. That's the difference. They should be having people like me. They should invite me onto that radio show and pay me good money.
And
pay me at least.
There it is. Exactly why we started this show, because he's been begging for everywhere you can go. Get on a show and beg for money. This is crazy. Fucking retard.
Like a couple of racks, at least over 10, 20 G's, and then I'll consider it. Pay me over $50,000 to $100,000 of millions. I'll go on there all you want. But that's my thing.
They don't want you. They told you to get the fuck away. I got a rocket piss. I'll be back. I'm going to shut my mouth for a minute.
Same place too much. Not like that. Because I'm smart and I already know how it goes. Because I already been through it, homie. Y'all gotta catch up, man, bro. I don't know how it's so difficult for y'all. But like I said, that's what I'm saying. I just look at them like what they are. They little homies, and like that's just reality. And like I said, like this Star Boy here, like Star Boy can do what he wants. I mean, clearly you're trying to market something. I don't know what it is. I mean, right now you're marketing, frauding, and flogging, and false flagging, and acting like you're about that or about that life when you're not. And like I said, I mean, it's good that at least he said something to Bosco. At least he told him reality a little bit. I don't know what happened. I still haven't seen the video. I'm trying to look for one that actually shows it because it's kind of exciting to me, to be honest. But my point is, I mean, they giving you a pass, homie, because I mean, if you really did whatever you did on camera, it doesn't make you tough, is what I'm saying. See, tough would have been, you know, look, Bosco, whatever you said this, whatever, and addressed him, and then said, hey, like kind of what you did, but for you to do what you did after that, from what I've heard, that ruins it all. Everything about being tough just went out the window. You see the point? That's why I tell people, hey, look, I'm a grown man. We're going to follow the rules. There's nothing gangsta about not following the rules. If you feel anyway, if you really think that you're this and that and you're bad and you're tough or whatever, right? You can sign a waiver, right? Easy. It's all anybody's got to do. I own my own league. All you got to do is sign a waiver. So there's no talking involved. If you about it, right? We'll know. We'll see. You know what I mean? And nobody does it because ain't nobody about it. So he may think, I'm just speaking facts because I know how y'all dudes are over.
I believe Frost has offered him $1,000 cash to sign the waiver.
I don't even have to know you. I don't even got to see the footage. Like real talk. I don't assume. I don't underestimate no one. No, I just know reality. Y'all ain't nowhere close because you ain't walking with God like me. You need to hear that, buddy. So you may think that you doing this. You may think you someone, brother. We train almost every day, going on 3 years. I've been the real Batman. I mean, there's no comparison between you and I. You understand? Like real talk. So I mean, that's the guy right there. Like I could train you, I could teach you if you really want to learn this stuff. If you want it like that, you say you want it, right? Okay, I'll train you. Like real talk, I got no problem training you. You know what I mean? Just be respectful. But that's my point. I mean, you acting like you getting money, right? Why don't you invest some of that money and pay me, and I can train you and teach you, if that's really the direction you want to go. So that's my thing with people. People want to have no respect for the people who really in these lanes and really do this for real, and they don't understand how much hard work it is. They don't understand what goes into it.
Because they have their own direction
You know what I
in
mean?
life.
That's why folks be talking about David Goggins, and then they meet him, and then they're saying, "Oh, David Goggins, his training regimen is crazy." I'm sure it is. I mean, to you, I don't think it's very crazy because, like, honestly, I see him do a lot of talking and not that much training. I mean, you're not going to convince me that he trained every day. He doesn't look like a dude that trained every day. And if he does, he needs to change his training because his body ain't right. Seriously.
Seriously. All right, here's an idea, chat. This is for the chat. I have a question. I have a bunch of t-shirts that I need to get fucking rid of. You always got to go into the back of the closet and get rid of shit that just sits there and just starts stanking or whatever. I'm thinking about taking a fucking bunch of t-shirts and just let my dog wear each one for a day. We go run, we go shit, we go fucking piss, and then just bag that shit up. That's not feeding the cow, right? And then, send that to some address in between somewhere 305 and 306 Balboa.
Now, if all he's doing is long distance running and that's all he ever wants to do, then that's his thing. Let him do it. But when y'all are saying, oh, he's the toughest dude ever, and no, he's not. Sneed is the toughest dude ever. David Goggins can't come slightly close to me. He can't even hold a candle to me. Are you serious? It's on camera right here in front of you. What are you talking about? Are you serious? You know what I mean? So that's my thing. And like I said, shout out to David Goggins, nothing but respect and love. Like I actually like the dude, but I'm going to also tell you the truth, just like I would do with Bruce Lee or anybody. Like I don't believe anybody can compete with me. Or I believe people can compete. Anyone can compete. Compete just means you try. But you're not at my level, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really about this and you do this, this is a whole thing. You have to dedicate yourself. It takes devotion and dedication and discipline. You need someone like me to train you who knows this stuff. That's the problem with everybody's operating in their ego. Bro, I'm telling you, I've talked to all these folks, bro. I had people that own gyms down here met me and said, yeah, let's talk business. And like you saw how they was asking me silly questions and they saw how I addressed them directly about it. Like, brother, why are you talking about anything concerning me? That's number one. That's odd. It's none of your business, right? And like worrying about me and you know what I do and how I make my money. Don't ask me silly stuff, bro. Don't waste my time. And you notice how he never responded after that or said nothing, because I mean everything he was on was clearly fake. He wasn't real, because if you was real, you would have offered me an opportunity, like I said, and you're the one who offered it.
They tried, but you're an asshole.
People be offering me stuff all the time, and then I call them out for it and say, okay, well, back it up. And then, oh, I have nothing to offer. Right, because it was all a joke. So why did you say that? Y'all just be saying stuff to say it all the time, bro. It's weird. Like, don't play with me. If you're gonna tell me something, you better, you know, keep your word as a man and deliver. That's what folks know about me now, and they
Put a
understand
ring on
very
this
well.
finger.
Like, don't bring me no
You're a man.
nonsense. Don't play games with me. You understand? You tell me you're gonna do something as a man, you keep your word. And the minute you don't, I block that number and I quit dealing with you.
Until I need more fucking
Because
money.
that's the number one rule of a man, is a man keeps his word every single time. I give you my word on something, I'm gonna keep my word.
Like keeping your chat closed until like an hour and a half from now.
That's why men are trustworthy and can be trusted. This is the same reason so-called women don't make any sense, because you keep acting like you want a star boy basically instead of a man. That don't make sense. You want a star boy because you're vastly deeply insecure and you can't even deal with yourself and your 8 personalities.
Hey, and I'm going to crank it up a quarter here. Let's go $1.25 speed.
So you're running around on the same stuff they on, not making any sense. And this is what I'm saying, is we have a culture that doesn't do anything but do it to themselves. None of you are helping each other. You're not helping yourselves. You're just making everything worse. Basically, I'm witnessing all y'all's downfall, and I don't want to. I'm here to defend and help the culture like I defended Eric Brown and Mike Garner, and that's the truth. That's why I said I would offer to train someone like that if he really want to step in this lane, but you can't be half in, half out. You can't think you some kind of rapper and this and that. You could do it all at the same time. I did. Nothing wrong with that. Like, I actually appreciate that the dude said what he said, because it showed, like, it reminded me of me a little bit. I thought it was cool, but I'm just saying, I can take one look at you and your physique, right, and see that you just ain't nowhere close. Like, you were not that, bro. You understand, bro? I did bar security for like 7 years, bro. I'm really the untouchable one. Like, you have no idea. That's the thing. But folks have no idea what I've done because they don't want to ask. And I've told some of the stories. There's a lot more. I've done a lot. Like in the streets, I've done more than anyone, bro. Like, I can talk what I'm talking. Trust me. I can kick what I'm kicking, and people know it. That's the difference. And I just don't look like what I've been through. I look clean as a whistle. I look clean as hell. And that's the point. Most people can't even come close or compete or do much of anything. I'm too quick. So I'm just saying, like, Bosco sold his soul. Bosco, you know, to me, clearly, allegedly, you could say allegedly, but we know the facts. I mean, Bosco allegedly had involvement with what happened with Rosemo 700. So did the game. And then he said that statement telling on himself on, what's that show? The breakfast, whatever hip hop show that's corny and I've never listened to and don't care about, with Charlemagne the Scrub. That stuff is a joke. I don't even pay attention to that. Like I said, Charlemagne, you know, I mean, you saw what happened with him. He's not street at all. So I don't care what you're talking about. See, that's the difference, is the world operate off respect. DJ Envy is a complete joke. He broke. He don't own nothing. That's another Mason. People don't like hearing me talk now, because when I speak, I tell them reality. There's not a thing that I say that's not backed by documented fact and isn't just the truth. So we have a society that likes to hear what they want to hear. That's what the Masons was telling me, sending me, mailing me these silly books, talking about, yeah, people want to, be told nice things. I don't care what people want. I'm here to tell them the truth, just like I told you the truth. You were a pro bono lawyer making no money, not making a dime. You're talking to a dude with over $300,000 in the bank, and I had to stop everything and drop everything and literally address this dude like a man and say, a fact is a fact, homeboy, and a fact will never change.
Yeah, Snow White, basically the past 2 days, he's been chasing popular YouTube channels, one mainly female channels, trying to get into the chats to, try and find a girlfriend and shit. Hey, you got a couch? You got a refrigerator? Today, it's been more of he's trying to find popular fucking YouTube channels from dudes from the sector, get their attention and say, "Hey, I'm popular. You want to interview me? Give me 15,000 fucking dollars." Ain't gonna happen. Fuck it. I'll suck your dick for $5 in a couch, and I'm not exaggerating. So he said he'd had sex with a turtle. He would have sex with a turtle today. He's so horny. I mean, that's out of his mouth, not mine. 15 name.
Because you want to say one of the silliest things I've ever heard, talking about facts change and truth change. No, it doesn't. Truth never changes. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. The truth cannot change. I don't care if you're in a courtroom. They like to say stuff like that because you Masons and you sold your soul. I don't even allow that stuff around me, homie. Real talk. I literally stood on business and told homeboy what it was. And then after that, he was saying things, wouldn't shake my hand, saying this and that. Like, it's already been addressed. You know what I mean? Everybody get addressed, homie. Everybody loses when it comes to Tyree Sneed. Yeah. Come on, man, you're going to talk about logic and money and act like you can tell me anything or give me advice when I had over $300,000 in the bank just at that time, making millions every year consecutively, and you don't have a dime, and you a pro bono lawyer, you taking pro bono free cases? You going to tell me something? Facts change? Brother, my father was a UT graduate lawyer, successful as hell injury lawyer. My grandfather was a Supreme Court justice, Supreme Court judge. You are not going to tell me truth is not truth. You sound silly as hell, bro. And I stood on business and I told him, and ever since then, he felt some way. How you going to feel some way about the truth and facts, bro, about basic reality, about a man standing on business and telling you what it is? That's the problem with these folks. They don't seem to get it. Y'all talk a lot, but you ain't got no facts. That's why you keep losing, brother. Facts and truth and action is all that matters, especially in the hood. Yeah, I guarantee you, people in the hood who whatever happens, when folks go through things, I guarantee you they like people who make sense aren't changing the story and saying, oh, I won, or oh, I didn't win, or oh, I didn't take an L, or I took an L. They're just going to have to call it what it is, because reality doesn't stop for nobody. You take an L, and you got to try to bounce back. Some of these folks overcompensate. All y'all in your ego. I'm just saying, like, what is this Starboy dude, this channel talking about even? Like, I'm going to go check it out too, but like, I don't want to listen to the nonsense. Y'all trying to make a living off the culture. How the hell would you call anyone else a culture vulture? This channel and all you folks are the meaning and definition of a culture vulture. Do you know, like, you have a dictionary?
I got to write that down.
Yeah, you sitting there right there trying to, get it till it's dry. You trying to get every dime you can out of your own culture, bro. This is what y'all do. Y'all been trying to milk your own since the beginning of time. And then someone tells someone, like they told Corey Holcomb the other day, and he won a trip. Like, you don't even know your history, brother. You literally are talking to the real deal. And my ancestors and family participated in all of it. And what that man told you, whatever his name is, right? He told you the truth to your face. He told you facts, and it's crazy because you're connected to Tommy Sotomayor, who's a cult leader, just like Nature Boy, and Nature Boy went to prison. What do you mean? And I happen to be the guy who actually stood up to all of these cults and defeated them, and especially defeated Tommy Sotomayor. That's the thing. It's a small world, brother. They out there where he at. They was out there in Hollywood and LA. I see people still got videos of me. They making videos of me. They was making videos of me in New York. I ain't even watched none of that or paid attention. They want to get online and talk a way that they don't in front of me and talk crazy and act like they saying anything. That them folks in New York is super pressed about me. The 52 Blocks Info and I'm Mr. 52 and all them dudes, they couldn't even get along because 52 Blocks Info doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm Mr. 52. I like better. He's all right. He's more of a man and a real dude. But just that stunt that you pulled in them projects in New York was inexcusable and a complete joke. And I don't know if you went to prison or something, because I ain't heard from you till now. And it's been a minute. And I remember that other stunt you pulled in some other projects in Hood with that drunk guy. I saw everything, brother. And it kind of looked like you old now already, and you an OG, and you're not aging well at all. You kind of, you remind me of a prune at this point.
Ooh, is Joey getting hornets? Did he someone reach out to
He was
him?
the one I was trying to get him to train me. I was going to pay him, and I had all the money. And he's talking about he want to make money. I would have given you all the money you needed to train me and teach me, brother. But instead, it's all good because I learned everything you do just off of looking at it. Because I'm Neo in the Matrix. How you like them apples? Yeah, I was going to pay him and put him on, and he wanted to be in his feelings instead with somebody approaching him on a positive, real vibe and trying to give him a job. And he was talking about, why should I care what you say, or who told, or what makes you think I care what you say? Like, why are you so defensive? First of all, maybe you shouldn't do this for a career or be on the internet if you're that defensive for no reason. See, that's the thing over here. We're not entertaining anything that comes from the devil no more. I already saw what it is. I see what you folks do. I already figured it out. You try to start talking backwards and role reversing every situation. What's the purpose of that? It's just odd. It seems like either you're confused or trying to cause confusion, and I'm not going to allow you to accomplish either. You can just stay confused on your own and talk to yourself. That's what y'all folks do, right? I mean, like, brother, I'm the one who said what I said. I've said I'll speak to everybody publicly, right, on my terms. You understand? You're in your feelings because I have a business and I keep succeeding. I can call out anyone I want, brother. I have all power, just like I have no jurisdiction. I can do whatever the hell I want, especially at this point. I got all the power in the world, just like God told me. God gave me the power, brother. You know what I mean? So, and I earned it. I deserve it, just like I deserve all this money coming to me. And I know it's coming because God just keep telling me. I mean, relentlessly, God keep telling me this money coming. I'm just saying, Hollywood is no mystery, bro. And you folks are no mystery. And it's crazy to me how you want to keep talking about you tough, but all of you are literally owned and not even free. That's crazy. And you can't even just mentally break free and have freedom that way, because that's the main freedom that matters. You can't even do that. So I mean, what are you going to tell me? Like I said, we all know the deal on Bosco. He sold his soul to the devil. He had involvement allegedly, but it's clear as day with Rosemo 700 and what happened, because he took an L. Rosemo 700 won. He won with Bosco and he won with the game, the rapper. And they covered this up, what happened with him in the game, and it really happened. The game took an actual L, right, at some mall in Compton or wherever, and it makes perfect sense. And his hair was colored pink at the time. He had a pink mohawk. Yeah, all that stuff about him is true. That he was, that he was, what, and all that. Yeah, that stuff is true, bro. The Game was a scrub. Dr. Dre was a scrub. Snoop Dogg was an ultimate scrub, and he had everything to do with what happened to Pac. Then Floyd Mayweather came out and said he saw everything, of course, because you another federal informant, and you hang out with Brother Polite, who got indicted for doing the same thing Epstein did, meaning you do it allegedly, but it's pretty obvious, right?
And this has
What it is
to do
just
with
the devil.
you?
It's a whole bunch of evil, no good folks that ain't about nothing and never had no money. Come on, man.
Nothing.
Polite was trying to act like he was rich, moving shipping containers, trying to build fake homes. There ain't none of y'all that rich. These folks don't get how smart I am. I know every little thing about you, brother. And if I really wanted, I could find out everything about any of you. Okay? I can know your whole story by tomorrow if I want. Do you understand that? You folks are not that swift, man. You need to quit acting like you're something you're not. You're not that quick. There's people like me that exist are literally running circles around you. You're funny. You've been funny, and you're not even real radio show host. That's what really gets me. And you're not a news reporter. Like to the trap, sorry, I just said it, to the trap boy, to the star boy. I said star boy. To the star boy, you need to quit worrying about running your, what, and you need to go get a job. That might work out a lot better for you. Because right now, I'd be real. I'm keeping
Star Boy, the Star Boy. No, he wouldn't be mentioning. No, there's no way my moniker or whatever, sheriffgauncent's sheriff as a star. No, there's no way.
Okay, I'm really looking out for you and trying to give you the right.
He won't say red triangles anymore. I don't know if you guys have noticed this the last day and a half, whatever. He said it so many times the other day. That guy and I were streaming, and yeah, it was just like Hail Sartan, one after another. But now he's just that underground organization. He won't say it anymore.
Right now, you attracting too much attention. See, this is the thing. Y'all keep playing games with all these different sets and boroughs and hoods and different folks and whatever in LA. And I have no idea. And like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm staying out of it, and I always will. I don't want no parts of this nonsense. I don't even want to be involved because it ain't nothing but bad news. I would never get involved in nonsense like that, especially after what I've been through, because I've already been through so much and in the middle of everything. So my point is, like, that's their thing, but I'm going to comment and speak on it as a third party and do what I want like I always do, because I can. I can say whatever I want. Trust me. You know what I mean? So like I said, like them folks, like, bro, you playing around with too much real serious concepts. There's too many people involved in this stuff, and there's too many dudes that are looking for a come up, looking for fake clout, and y'all be doing these events and actions and messing up and having downfalls.
God, I mean, it's such a blatant fucking projection right there. Too many guys chasing clout, looking for the come up. Exactly what he's been doing all day today and bitching about it.
No reason for stuff that ain't even worth pennies, bro. Talk about so you can go viral online. That's the problem. Folks go viral online every day and end up serving life sentences in prison. Is that really the example you want to follow, smart one? That's what I'm saying. These folks don't care about nothing. It's called being brainwashed. It's the same thing that happened since the beginning of time. You were never free. You're not free now. You don't know the meaning of what that term means. Okay? It's all mental, brother. If you can defeat your opponent mentally, you never have to worry about the physical, brother. Just trying to wake you up, man. Quit worrying about making content off your own culture. Why don't you help your own? Why don't y'all stand up and make something of yourself? You know, that's what's admired. That's what's admired, bro. I mean, y'all aren't doing that, and y'all didn't do anything yourself. Just like that dude, all of them, man, all with that fake restaurant and all that. That's a come up from the government, man. The government handed y'all that stuff in return for what? In return for what? Let's get real, bro. Yeah, y'all made a deal with the devil. That's what happened with Nip. The only reason you got that restaurant, bro, straight up, is because they took it in return for what? Yeah. So everything that happened with Nip was all transactional. It was all business. It was all about money. That's why Cowboy immediately took over that store and literally tried to capitalize off what just happened to Nipsey Hussle. Y'all gonna ever address little homie and talk about that? That's why he keep acting out, because that was his response. It's a response to trauma, brother. It's a response to unresolved issues. He knew he was guilty as hell, so that's why he had to go to court and do that fake crying act and pretend with Eric Holder. Eric Holder wasn't the only one responsible for what happened with Nip. Cowboy was right there, and he hid in that building. I don't care what none of you say. It's on camera. What is the issue with y'all standing on business? Y'all say, oh, I'm from Slauson and Crenshaw, and I claim this set, and I'm this and that. Ain't none of you about nothing. That's the thing. LA's a complete joke, and don't nobody respect y'all or take you seriously. What you've become is our entertainment. And I'm sitting here trying to wake you up, because I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. I don't need you to be my entertainment. Trust me, I got enough YouTubers on here to entertain me forever.
He's so mad nobody won't accept him into their community.
There's enough folks that run their mouth for free that I can watch. You know, I'm looking out for you straight up. This dude on this channel, if that's him, all of them, like I'm just saying, brother, I understand. I get it that you're trying to look for clout. You shouldn't be. You should get your priorities straight. If you wanted to tell Bosco something, that's one thing. You already told him what it is. That was enough. You should not have done what you apparently have done. You should not. That's a huge mistake, brother. And if you know, that's the thing. These people keep committing crimes. I mean, if homie doesn't go to jail or prison for that, then that's totally the feds watching, and they're just allowing it to happen. And that means that there's plea deals. That means that these people are telling. That means he's telling. That means he's a soldier boy running telling. That's what I'm saying. They're only confident when they're backed by a corrupt system that's using and manipulating them, just like when they're a part of a gang, they're being used and manipulated by that gang. You join a gang because you're scared, because you can't hold your own in the street. That's why I never needed one or joined one, because I was raised, you a man, you stand on your own, period. All that stuff is cowardly. You see the difference between you and I? There's a big difference. So I'm trying to teach you what it really is. I'm sure there's a lot of folks in the world that if they heard me speak and knew who I was to an extent, because none of you can actually know me or fathom what I've accomplished and done and who I really am, but I'm sure they would want me to go on that show. I mean, maybe, but you know, I'm not going to see. That's the difference between you and I. Like, I'm really a gangster, right? These folks is online saying
you hear this,
RTS? And I'm looking at them laughing. All of them. I mean, there's people with stuff going back and forth right now that, you know, I take one look at them. It's like, dude, you're just not that. Y'all talk too much. And you think whatever, you can think whatever, you gangster, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. You know, that's the difference between you and I'm an actual gangster. Like the real thing, right? We have nothing in common. The way we move, walk, nothing in common. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't even put myself in that situation going on no jumper like that, because I understand what it is. I understand there's too many folks watching. There's too many.
Now he's defending himself for being denied, for people saying, go elsewhere, you clout chaser. And this is where all this is. Now he's just trying to, oh, shut up.
Evil folks wanting to make a come up. Everybody's, you know, in their feelings about every little thing you say. They know where the studio's at. I wouldn't put myself in that position. No, I mean, if you pay me a lot of money, I'd go pull up, do the show, you know, help you out, pay me, get the hell out of Dodge quick. Real talk. Oh yeah, I'd get the hell out of there, bro. And I'm a gangster. I'm tough as it get, and I do this for a living. Even I wouldn't want to stick around, because it's common sense. There's too many informants. There's too much that this corrupt system is doing, and the feds is clearly enabling and facilitating this. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's great because he actually got a response from No Jumper, obviously, and they said, go fuck yourself. And now he's just in his feels for the past fucking hour and 15 minutes.
My position would be even worse, because I operate above the feds. What I do for a career, if you're talking to me, you don't even understand this is real. This ain't no movie. It's like talking to Jason Bourne while he's going through it. That's not something you play around with. You see? And that's what they keep trying to tell these dudes. These ones that get online and talk crazy and they all
Don't
want to
know
act like they're tough
CIA.
and say they're a gangster. Talking about these dudes aren't real gangsters. There's one, he talks, it's hilarious, man. He talks real sassy and he's a dude. They're entertainment, man. I understand, bro. Y'all got commercialized already, just like we monopolized the game for real, but y'all got commercialized, bro. And you allowed yourself to be. That's not gangster. You're not a gangster, bro, if you're commercialized and there's people making money off of you and you're being manipulated and controlled and told
I
what to
think
do
he's
or influenced to do
outside,
what they
whether
want
it
you to
be
do.
in
You
the
feel me?
backyard or the park or the golf course.
That's why when people say they gangsta, I laugh because you don't know the meaning and I'm the real thing. My entire lineage, ancestors, all of us,
That's a fact
we're the
check,
real gangsters. You want
CIA.
to know who's real gangster? The real gangsters? Real Americans that ain't playing and don't care like me. That's the real gangster. You don't want to be a gangster. You're not it. You don't want to be me. You don't. I'm telling you, you don't want to be me. Be you, brother. Be you, brother. You don't want to be like me, bro. Do you know how much pain I go through every day? Do you have any clue? And not even because I ever lost, I never did, or I went through something like that you're thinking of. No, just because people was jelly of me and stuff completely out of my control. You do not want to be in my shoes, brother, because you couldn't handle it. That's the difference. I can. You can't. You're not me. You see what I'm saying? Every walk is meant for a person. And these folks online, I'm gonna tell you the truth. These people on YouTube,
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them that are gangsters. I'll tell you if I ever see one, but I highly doubt it. It's possible because I'm here, but it's very unlikely. They're not gangsters. They're regular civilians. They're people trying to just barely get by. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, just be you. You know what I mean? Like, be you. And that's the thing. Like, you think I would sit there and worry about a word if somebody wants to say they a gangster? What am I gonna? I'm gonna feel some way and tell them something? I mean, I could, but for what? Be you. I mean, if you really think you that, okay. But I mean, why? I mean, why? What do you have to prove? That's my question. I just don't understand it. It's like all of them, you can't even have a conversation with them because the first thing they're going to do is talk crazy to whoever, and they'll never have any clue who they talking to. They don't know you. They don't know who they talking to. Folks in front of me are mad respectful, bro. Everybody, because it's different with me, because I'm the real deal. I don't need money. I don't need none of that. People just know what it is by my demeanor and my energy because it's real. You can see it in my eyes, bro. That's what I'm saying. We're not the same ball game. We're not at all. You ain't moving like me, brother. Trust me, none of you. So I'm just trying to help you out, man. I'm just saying, like, nah, bro, you should pick another lane, bro. Like, because that's the thing. You have no moral compass. There's no morals or self respect. You're making a living, bro, trying to, and not even doing well, it looks like. You're trying to make a living off of your own culture, bro. You don't see something wrong with that? Talking about this dude that did all this concerning Bosco. Like I said, I mean, I'm glad somebody told Bosco something because Bosco makes no sense. I mean, he's super soft. He's a cupcake. Always has been, always will be. You know what I mean? But my point, and he's just evil and no good. There's nothing good. Bosco has, I mean, almost no good qualities. Like,
So
he's
is
all
this
right.
like
You could talk to him, but
the Jumper show, whatever it is, Jumper, you know what I'm talking about. Did they go live or something today? Because obviously he got a reply from them. And then did they have one of these fuckers on a show today? Second Jumper. And then Joey's doing like his review show or some shit. I don't
he's
know.
just, I don't know. He's just him. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, dude is weird, man. You know what I mean? Like, like I'll try to pay attention a little. Like, yeah, all right. Like, but it's just, he's done too much, bro. You know what I mean? He really has. He's done a lot of evil, bro. And y'all want to excuse it. He want to act innocent. Like, you're not innocent, bro. And he was just always around, bro. That stuff is crazy to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy, like how things panned out, and it just shows that the communities in the hoods, there was never any real respect. Just like with Pac, the Outlaws didn't do anything. CIA and the feds are who's responsible for that, as well as Biggie, just like all of them. And even Little C said, none of them are tough. Nobody did anything. Nobody said anything. Nobody stood up for Pac. And none of y'all want to stand up, for real to who's doing it. None of you. They don't want to stand up. They don't. They're all scared. They won't stand up to the government like I already did. They're afraid to stand up to the feds and the CIA and the FBI. They are. And that's the truth there. Who's doing it to you? 100%. Who do you think created No Jumper? Who do you think created Facebook? The CIA. Who do you think makes all these arrests when y'all self-snitch and keep showing stuff on camera that you shouldn't be doing in the first place? CIA made Facebook and all these apps so you could do that, so you could self-snitch, and y'all took the bait. See, if you actually really were a gangster, you might know some of this stuff. You might know these things, but you're not. Just be you. Y'all have nice lives. Like, real talk. Y'all are lucky. You're blessed beyond belief.
Y'all
You
have
have a
nice
lot of things
lice.
that, other people wish they had. Some things I wish I had. But then again, I look at it and I'm like, I don't wish I had anything you have. I'm glad that I'm me. I'm grateful for what I have. I don't want nothing that other people got. I'm glad and happy with what God gave me because I know it's for me. You understand?
But I'm just trying to offer you a word of advice, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. Like, you could take one look at all them folks.
I just want to offer you some advice. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know.
Bro, you could see
Jesus.
the satanic agenda. You could just see it's all demonic. You could see what they're doing right in front of your eyes. And that's the thing. When your eyes are closed and you're not an awoken being like me and you can't see in the spiritual realm, you can't see in the spirit, you can't really truly see what's happening and what these folks are doing, and they're playing in front of your face. That's the worst position you can be in, brother. And me at this point, when I speak publicly, I'd rather talk like this to help. I might make jokes. It might seem like I'm coming off some way, but at the end of the day, I'm really doing this because it might save someone's life. You understand? Homie could listen. Some of them could listen to me.
Money.
Someone might hear my voice and what I'm saying, and it might prevent them from making a bad decision. You know what I mean? What I'm saying here might be able to actually save a life or save lives, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it helps people. So I'm just telling you the truth, man. Like, y'all it's a bad look all around, bro. Y'all gotta change the game and change how you doing things, man. See, creators like you, if you really a creator and a creative, whatever you want to call it, you could be linking up with real people like me. We could build without no jumper. Why do y'all keep resorting to the same masonry stuff? Brother, they all over all these apps, man. We know who the sellouts are, bro. Let's quit pretending. And they don't own anything, bro. They like Jack Doherty out here. This is why they're constantly saying they going bankrupt, because they never had any money to begin with. It's lies. They tell you sheep lies. They facilitate the environment. Them folks are trying to make come ups like the Island Boys. Didn't the Island Boys, aren't they going back to prison?
No, an island boy.
Like, come on, man. This is silly, bro. It's nonsense. That's why I don't participate. It's just my entertainment. All y'all is my entertainment. All the Masons are my entertainment. That's the truth and the way of the world. It always has been this way. It always will be. Drake sings for free to entertain me and is in a mansion he don't own that he occupies. Freemasonry does not allow ownership. These folks don't have a dime or a pot to you-know-what in. Nipsey Hussle was quoted saying, we're going to be 60 years old without a pot to you-know-what in. I'm talking facts. I'm talking about the real, actual issue at hand and the reality that you folks have never wanted to face since the beginning of time. That's your problem. You want to rewrite your history. You want to rewrite what happened. You want to rewrite everything. And you can't rewrite the truth or reality, like I said, because there's always only one truth, and it never changes.
15 innings.
And the truth is, you're not a powerful group. You're not a powerful people. You've never been powerful. What you are is owned, and you're still owned, and you're running around here making a mockery of yourselves, okay, and your ancestors and everybody that you should be trying to stand up for, like I have. I've given my ancestors a good name, okay? I'm the generational curse breaker. I really broke free and broke the chains. You have no idea what I've accomplished. But you folks ain't doing nothing. That's why they whining in Chicago. Oh, the government's taking our properties, because you allowed them to. They tried to take mine. I sold 50 acres for $100,000. Should have been 150,000, but Carly Fiorina allegedly is jelly, right? That was all because of her. Clearly she knew the neighbors and talked to them, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, how are they going to not give me an easement because somebody talked to them? It's the same trend, how they keep talking to everybody. Talk to whoever you want. It ain't going to prevent my destiny. And God is going to use whatever the enemy means for evil to help me and build me and support me and, build me into the creation that God wants me to be. Absolutely amazing and the pinnacle of strength. Folks better wake up, man. At some point, you're going to realize how real God is and how everything is a spiritual complexity and a spiritual matter and a real matter, man. I'm just saying the truth, man. You want to talk, y'all folks want to talk about the Jay-Z's of this world, the Diddy. Look at what Diddy's going through. He's in prison. He was never any good. We all know he's guilty allegedly, but of the same stuff that Epstein did and all, they're all the same. Jay-Z for sure. That's why there's all these accusations. We already know what he does. You could say allegedly, but we know. It's sick.
Christ.
My point is, Jay-Z didn't win either. Everything for him is miserable. They're not rich. Same thing. Facilitate an environment. They pay for the expenses. They allow them, the surroundings. That's not being rich. That's being owned. You folks sold your soul a long time ago. You sell your soul for pennies and chump change and for nothing all the time. I've watched it my whole life. I've looked back at past generations. Y'all have been selling your soul for nothing since the beginning of time. LeBron James did the same thing, sold out his own. Every single one of you is the same. You ain't never been different. That's the truth.
Did you just say that your surroundings being jail cells and shit like that, you don't own it?
So before you run around saying, I'm gangster, I'm tough, I'm this, that, oh, these YouTubers, and I'm about that, I'm with that, I'm on that, why don't you fix your entire culture first? Fix the entire system, build your own Wall Street like I tried to offer you, homies, and you didn't want to do it because, you got the same, jellyfish mentality going on, and it's always point the finger and blame everyone else for the problems that you're responsible for. And this is why your communities are broken, why their communities are not working, why all of it, because of the way that y'all treat each other and the fact that you don't know how to build a community, you don't know what love is, and you don't understand how to do anything but the same constant cycle. See, the enemy is not me. The enemy is the government and the people who
All by
brainwashed and taught you this
myself.
indoctrination and literally taught you this kind of,
All right, he has ended it. I'm gonna put it back. What do we got? We got 6 minutes left. I'm gonna put it back to normal speed, and then I'm gonna call tonight.
way of thinking that you call a culture, because again, the culture got replaced by what? Being devoid of knowledge. That's the enemy. Enemy is clear as day who the enemy is. I ain't gonna spell it out for you. I just told you. The enemy is who taught you to think backwards and taught you these behaviors, and folks is too busy going and moving forward.
God, he sounds retarded.
In ignorance. That they can't stop and take a step back and look at their actions and say, is what I'm doing really me and what I want to do? Or because the truth is your decisions are all being manipulated. You see what I'm saying? Why do y'all talk about this and that and say, I have nothing to do with any of it? Why do you keep saying me? I mean, they're not saying my name, but they say, they basically say it's me. Bro, I've done nothing but help you folks. Genuinely. I've been real patient with you too, because it's hard.
No, you won't, Negasonic. You could stick around and listen to a new fucking AI song. No, I don't have a new one, but I have the last song ready for the album. But today we came up with the ideas. Holy shit. I'm just looking at the notes from the last one. Semen turtles, transgendered sectored semen turtles in reverse cowboy positions. And I got to make that into a shanty. That's fucked up, dude.
Difficult. I mean, there's nobody to blame, brother, but yourself for your own problems. 9 times out of 10. And in this predicament and situation, that's definitely the scenario. Like I said, quit allowing them to do it to you. That's what you should do. You should stand up for yourself. That's what they do. Adam 22 admitted he's a scrub. He admitted he ain't no man, nothing. I mean, he's a joke. And that's why they're using him. And that's why they're utilizing him, the Masons, and using him to, not utilizing because there's nothing to utilize. He has no talent or charisma or nothing. He has no soul. And you can see it by looking at him. But my point is, they're using him to try to do the same thing, copy me. That's why they're creating these matches now. Because now every Mason, they got to try to get working out and act like they're tough, because that's all they do is copy me. They all look up to me. The world revolves around me. I'm just telling you the truth. So one day you're going to realize it ain't about how many views or subs you have or your fake numbers. All this stuff is a rigged fake system, and all of it means nothing. You all were given an unfair advantage. Okay?
Goddamn
like everything is fake that you're doing. The money you make is fake, everything. And that's the thing. You could be making $8 million a year right now. I'm still so far ahead of you, it's unreal, because I'm an uncontrolled being that does what I want. So if you make $8 million a year, yeah, but they're going to take that $8 million every single year. You see the catch? I could be making, just a little bit of money each year, and I'm doing way better than you because I get to keep my money.
I like that.
Because they didn't give it to me. I did it myself. And I have my soul. So I own my own businesses.
CIA,
so I own my own stuff.
Shut up, Joey. That's a Dawkins song, CIA. Tooth and nails.
I built it. You see the difference? They always make up crazy digits, right? Jay-Z signed this $8 million deal, $3 million deal. Yeah, where did all the money go? How does he go bankrupt immediately after that? Because that's what Masons do. They lie and they rig and change everything and rig it to make sure that they can stay in control, and then they keep everybody broke. That's not freedom, brother. That's being owned. I don't know what you folks are on. I don't know what part you don't get, but I've explained it crystal clear. That's crystal clear.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a great
not free.
Fucking sheriff cover, dude. Docking tooth and nail, dude.
And you definitely are not a gangster. You can't be no gangster and be owned. So it makes sense. Mike Tyson was in pockets, okay, of folks. He was in somebody's pocket. And you saw that with that Jake Paul debacle. Jake Paul, same thing. Anthony Joshua, same thing. I heard Anthony Joshua can't even box again. And Jake Paul. That's what I'm saying. That every single one of them is getting karma and going through hell. Every single one of them is having a downfall, when if they had just stopped and stepped back, right? But they can't, because they don't own anything and they don't get paid a dime. If they had real money, they could step away and say, I'm going to go my own direction. But they sold to the devil, so they can't, because they're tied in for life with this system. Just like these gang members are tied in for life. They can't leave that gang. What are you talking about? You understand? Because once you make a deal with the devil, that deal never, ever goes away, brother. That's why it's never worth it. You understand? Maybe you'll learn something. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be speaking to wake up the masses and wake people up to what's really going on and try to help instead of what y'all are doing. What you're doing is not helping these communities or our communities. It's not helping us as a human race or as a people. It is the complete opposite of what we want and what we should be doing. You need to get over the fake pride, right? And out of the ego and listen and learn and realize you can go a real direction anytime you want, but you got to break free from this nonsense and you got to get away from the devil. And that's all I'm going to say right now, man, because that's the facts. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, you know, do you, bro, but y'all making a lot of bad decisions, man. That's what I just don't understand it. Y'all want to talk about money, but don't own no wealth, no equity, and can't even stay out of trouble or learn, like, you know, how to not participate in nonsense that ain't gonna get you nowhere or help you or be conducive for you and your situation. I'm out to better my life. That's it. That's my only goal.
Back again.
And when you get focused like me and focused like that, there ain't a thing that can stop me. Nothing can stop me because I got God with me. I'll talk to y'all later, man. I hope y'all will listen. I hope that this message, you know, reaches the right people. I hope people learn. I truly do, man. You know, real talk. So much love. I'll talk to you in a minute, bro.
Oh man, that must have been fucking in the back of my head then, CIA, because yeah, now I'm looking back in DMs right now that yeah, you did send me that one. That's fucking great. And that's segued perfectly together, I guess. Yeah, we'll see what that comes up with. Sheriff Song Superb 2 Volume 6. I already have some shit that I'm working on right now. Semen turtles. Depends on your type of org. God damn it. Just fucking get done with it. Dock and Tooth and Nail. I like that one. I'm just going to do this one and we'll get out of here. I'm fucking tired. Human Zoomies.
Sneed wakes up at noon again, sunburn thoughts and $1.10. Cold hose hissing like it knows his name. Mom's backyard, pure walk of shame. Soap won't leather, dreams won't stick. Every plan feels counterfeit. He's shaking like a busted fan, trying to rinse off who he am. The water is freezing, brain's on fire. Every thought is a live wire. Can't slow down, can't clock in. Head's doing laps around his skin. I got the human zoomies running in my mind, spinning in circles, losing track of time. I'm pacing the yard like a dog on a chain, laughing too hard at the edge of insane. Yeah, the human zoomies, I'm fried and confused, going nowhere fast in my mom's old shoes. If I stop moving, I might fall apart, so I've written in place where the cracked up heart. Garden hose baptism, ice cold truth. Midlife crisis with no excuse. Neighbors watching through the fence, like, man, that guy's confidence is tense. He's there trying shame on a plastic chair, practicing speeches to nobody there. Every option's a dead end street, brain running suicides on repeat. Thoughts collide like shopping carts, left turn panic, right turn dark. Everyone is bites his tail, chasing himself, guaranteed to fail. I got the just splits in two. Round and round the yard, the truth, I'm not lazy, I'm overcooked. I got the human zoomy sweating down, running my mouth just to drown it out. Cold water, hot mess, borrow space, chasing relief at a reckless pace. Yeah, the human zoomies laugh so I'll scream, doing donuts in a half-lit dream. If there's a way out, I'll trip on the start. Till then I'll spin, body, brain, and heart. Hose clips off, the noise comes back. Brain still sweating on a cracked up track. Joey Sneed breathes, counts to 10, starts pacing again. Yeah, again.
Human Zoomies available on Sheriff Songs to Pop Perp 2 Volume 5 on my video section on my YouTube page. And I am done. I am cooked. I am going to walk my dog and go to bed. Appreciate y'all coming in. Chat. Gonna get. I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire.